Guys, gals, and fellow gender non-conforming pals, welcome back. My name is C28, and I'm done. I finished it. The class is over. I just uploaded the final assignment a few minutes ago. Felt good, felt like this. Did it. I'm done. Yay. So, that's good. Let's talk about what today was. So, today was entirely dedicated to completing the final project. And the final project, we had a few stipulations, a few things we had to do. So I'll go over them. Let's see, where is that? So, as per usual, we need a rhythm and a bass. It's going to be a 32-bar track. So we need an A and a B section. That was also stipulated. We need an A and a B section. So we have a rhythm and a bass, meaning we have drum tracks. So they wanted at least kick, snare, and hat. We could have more, like rim shots and claps and toms and whatnot. Yeah. They also wanted a harmony and melody. That means your chords and your main sort of thing that you're playing. And that also has to change from the A and the B section. So I did that as well. Also, need at least 5 chords from... Yeah, just 5 chords. Just 5 chords. They don't even have to be diatonic chords, but you probably should include the 1 chord, at least, but to each their own. Yeah, and then final little stipulations. You need at least 2 tracks that are synthesized by you in a Logic synthesizer. Yeah, within a Logic synthesizer, so they can see what you did and see that you didn't just use a preset and tweak it. Additionally, you have to record some audio with your mic. This thing provided in Project Launchbox. So, that was done as well. And is that it? No. There is some more stuff, I think. Yes, one more thing is we need to use the quick sampler. So, we used the quick sampler. Thank goodness. I was just reading this, I'm like, I did the whole project wrong. Because I read, produce one track utilizing the quick sampler. And I was like, I didn't use the quick sampler though. Or sampler. I was like, thank goodness. Because I wouldn't, Whew. Yeah. Okay, I'm good. But yes. So, and then use the different functions of the sampler. So like, I had an LFO on top of filter and resonance. So it instead of just being a goose going, it was a goose going. So that's fun. That's gonna be a pain to edit. Dang it. But I did it. So I'm gonna edit that in. You already heard it. Whatever. I'll move on. Standard stuff. Just ordering, naming, coloring. Yeah. And then we need 2 time-based and 2 dynamic effects. So once that's all done, then we're good. Of course, time-based effects are things that move throughout time. That's something like your reverb, delay, chorus, and then you have your dynamic effects, which affect amplitude. So that's your stuff like EQing, compression, limiting, gating, all that. And then finally, here's where it gets spicy, is we had to upload a written track description within 5 paragraphs. I technically did 6 because I had a lot to say. But it's because the last paragraph was like massive, so I just split it because the last paragraph talks about 2 types of things, so I split it. So the first paragraph, you need to talk about general reflection of the piece, what it's about. One is about geese just kind of being and then the next paragraph explained the setup, the groundwork of your song, the tempo, the meter, the key it's in. So, yeah. And then you go into the drums and the bass, talk about that, how that's made, why you pick those sounds, and then the other things. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And then by the final few, you have to explain how you synthesize the instruments, why you synthesize them that way, why that sound. And the final paragraph is about processing. So explain the dynamic effects you used and then mixing considerations. So I talked about the dynamic effects, but then I had a lot to say still about the mixing. And yeah, that was it's a bit of pain to try to condense. So I didn't condense it. I was just like, these are 2 separate paragraphs. There are 6 now instead of 5. But yes, I got it done. And actually, ethical use of artificial intelligence. I use mismodulations to help me formulate things. I uploaded these instructions to her so she could read it. And then I said, hey, just ask me questions about what I need, and I'll like write in paragraph form what I need, or what I did rather. And then you can just Frankenstein my stuff together to make it work. So I wrote it, I just didn't edit it. So then she got all that stuff together, and then she edited it together, and then we went through some revisions. I looked through, like, hey, you changed this word here. Why did you do that? Don't change my words. And then we go on. But yeah, eventually went really well. So yeah. Standard stuff, documentation, saving the session so they can have access to it and obviously see what you did. Bounce of it so they can hear it, and then a PDF of the chord track. So yeah. And this goes on the Wix website. So if I go to wix.com, or specifically the editor for Wix, I can go to my Full Sail University portfolio, and there's the track, and you can hear it. And the track sounds like this. By the way, this track is like 53 seconds. So if you don't want to hear this awful track, it's not too awful, but it's kind of a joke. I don't know how to say that. I did legitimately spend effort on it, but because of what I had to do, I had to use things I don't typically use, so it doesn't sound as good as it could. Trust me, when you hear Suffering, it'll be amazing. But here's Project and Portfolio 1, Audio Arts final track, The Aggressive Goose by C28.
Possible land, bold and brash, cross their path, these are quick to clash.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, so brief explanation. Yeah, it's about geese being assholes. So I basically wrote that I was out doing some field recording. I found a goose and I was like, hey goose, do you have anything to say? And then it kind of just like went, and did their honking thing. I don't know what that sound was. That's not a goose. Geese don't sound like that. But you know how geese sound, because I made a whole song just now with the geese sounds. Goose sounds. It was one goose, not multiple. Though I did get multiple geese. It's just that one sound is one. Indeed. Also, it uses 3/4 time signatures instead of 1 2 3 4 2 2. It's 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3. Yeah. And that's it. That's done. So what's next? What now? Well, next up, for those of you who are high schoolers, I'm about to scare you. College mathematics! That's right. We're doing maths class. Maybe that joke doesn't work, but I think the majority of y'all are like in your 20s, so you're probably not in high school. But anyway, yes, college mathematics. So that's a topic that really isn't related, isn't directly related to music in the same way that these other ones are. Of course, I'm a synthesist. I know, maths are involved. So I know this is going to be divergent because it's delving deep into one of the aspects of music that I don't typically explore. So yeah, I'll explain how the class goes. I will delve into the concepts if I can. The audio workstations class was definitely difficult, and I had difficulty explaining some of the stuff. Especially, I mean, most of the class was just like, this is what this button does, this is how you use it, and examples of it. So there's not much to explain besides just illegally stealing the Full Sail material and uploading all of it to you Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I summarize it so that it's condensed. Otherwise, you would just go to Full Sail. Just do that. Seriously, do it. It's dope as hell. Place is cool. Go to Full Sail. So yeah, college mathematics is next. I did get some good news. That good news is this. Looks like suffering is approved. So I can relax now. Don't need to keep revisiting it and revisiting it and revisiting it. Like, did they approve it? Did they not approve it? Did they not like something? What did they not like? We're good. It will release on December 1st, 2023 to most platforms. I'm so hyped for it. Yeah. PP2. I haven't got much else. So, yeah, just final. We're done. Oh, wait, I should say something. I should say with the class, like just general thoughts on the class. That's a good idea, isn't it? So, general thoughts on the class as a whole. Project and Portfolio 1, it's a portfolio class where you make a project. In the name, of course. It's designed to show you, stop making excuses. Yes, you can make a piece. Yes, you can understand these things. I don't care if you're show pro. I don't care if you're recording arts. You can make these things. It's kind of tailored towards the music production students. But like myself, recording arts, you know, I'll be dealing with music. Mostly. Music and sounds. So it's good to know. The stuff that they taught goes more into detail than your typical classes like sequencing technology, where you make a little song, you synthesize some stuff, and it's like, yeah, okay. We go deep into it. You start using the stuff from principles of music or fundamentals of music, whichever one you take. They're practically the same class, just one does more note names, one does actual sheet music. Fundamentals does sheet music, the other one doesn't. Yeah, principles. So we learn a lot of cool stuff about how to craft your chord progressions in ways that they have emotion in them, that gives you different emotion, whether you're using borrowed chords or suspended chords, diminished chords, augmented chords, different progression styles, different ways to make melodies, how to make a bass line, how to do different types of drum melodies, all these tired, all these things. Yeah, and we show that we can do it. Yeah, especially in the last song. Though I think I prefer the second song I made because it's like it's in my domain. I don't use the matriarch. I was going to use the matriarch for this track, but it ended up being so harmonically complex with all the sounds that I don't think I would have been able to fit in the matriarch and have it not just like clash. Like it already kind of, not a whole lot, but it kind of clashes. So yeah, I would definitely not use the ESM and the ESP if I was doing this for my own stuff, my own work. I would use the matriarch, but of course they can't see what I'm doing on the matriarch, and they're not just gonna take my word for, yeah, here's the photo, look through and read the no, of course they got to see what I'm doing, so they use logic sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I think I'll leave a link to my portfolio in the description below, so if you're interested in seeing my website, you can see it and get a little bit of a description actually on suffering. I did add it to my discography. There's, of course, not a link yet to any of it. I could put the autofile up, but I'm not gonna. Gotta wait till December 1st. That's right, anticipation. Yeah, and you'll be able to hear the song there and read my whole spiel on it. Yeah. And the website looks pretty nice. The website is indeed kind of cool. It's got a cool little look to it. I do plan to pull up my sound design stuff later. So I'll go into, maybe I'll pull up YouTube videos on sound design. And then featured projects, I could have stuff like the Song-A-Days. I could have those up there. Tired again. But that's about it. So, yes, it is complete. On to maths we go. Time to be smart number nerds. Yes, not just audio nerds, but number nerds. Here we go. Venturing into the, well, not unknown, but something different. If you enjoyed today's content, you can hit subscribe. It tells YouTube, hey, I like this content. I want more of it and more like it. If you really, 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 really like the content, like a lot, and you like to get your hands deep in it, kind of like a patch cable. Move a control voltage around, you can become one. Become a control voltage by hitting join. You get access to the Discord server, early access to videos, and maybe some behind the scenes content. We'll see down the line if I can think of how to do it, make it not too cringy, you know. My style is already kind of like transparent, so some say it's cringy, but I say to them, you try making a YouTube channel and then see how bland you are and how you spice it up. And then they might return to me with something brilliant. I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, do that. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to them. And if they're substantial enough, I can even put them in this space by me. You can see your comment, and I'll respond to it live. So, yeah, y'all think of some interesting stuff. Just think of things to ask, things to say, and I post them up here someday. That rhymed. Yeah. I hope you all take care of yourselves. God be with you, and goodbye, YouTube.